Morning. Yes, I agree, Keith. Hit that like button. Mhm. It's pretty much the same. All right, guys. I do have the risk disclosure up. No, no, negative on that. So, guys, I do have the risk disclosure up. While we're waiting for folks to join us, um, you can review the risk disclosure. I think for most of you, I think you guys are veterans. You're well aware of the risk disclosures. Morning, Yatkin. But it's like we lost a couple of people. So just going to give folks here a few minutes before we get started. Um, Obviously, the session recorded. Recording will become available on the YouTube channel. I just want to give folks here a chance to join here. So. Just, I guess, would like to maybe confirm audio. Was having some issues yesterday with folks on audio, not on YouTube, but on Discord. I guess wanted to confirm that my audio is coming across well. You guys can hear me okay. I'm not sounding like an alien. I guess I was getting comments along those lines. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started here, guys. So I do have the risk disclosure up. Okay, thank you, Yatkin. Appreciate that. I do have the risk disclosure up, and we all understand that I'm not here presenting to you in any sort of investment advice capacity. I'm here purely to provide information and education around the markets. I'm not here to advise you on when to, offer, solicit, to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, instrument, or fund. Okay. We all understand. We all understand that futures trading does carry a fair amount of risk, and that we should not be using anything other than our risk capital that we can, afford to lose. I guess we're not here to lose, right? But we can at least afford to lose without affecting our livelihood or our lifestyle. Okay. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and start to review what the news has in store for us. So we'll go ahead and share a screen here. Make sure we can see the investing.com site. So I'm just going to pause here and confirm that everyone, hey, Sergey, going to confirm here that everyone can see my screen. So go and go to the economic calendar and filter down to US here, and I like to select both 2-star, 3-star events. Okay, apply. Okay, look at the top here and see what we got going. So we have some jobless claims, initial jobless claims reporting out. Okay. We have the initial jobless claims, I guess, is higher, which is not good. We have 3-star events coming in at 1 o'clock Eastern, 30-year bond auction. And then we have a FOMC member speaking at 2 o'clock. Anytime we have anybody speaking on FOMC, it always has a chance of affecting the markets in some sort of adverse way. So not again, not much. I would say not much in the way of news here. So only one that we probably want to keep an eye on is the 30-year bond auction here at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and now that I've gone through the risk disclosure and the news, let's go ahead and start looking at the charts. Okay. Start with our tried and true. Okay, and that's gold. All right, looks like we did get a little bit of a reaction leading up to the news and following the news here on the gold market. So let's go ahead and open this up here a bit. Gonna go ahead and start with the daily like we normally do. All right. So we're I'm gonna erase some of these things. I was kind of talking through a trade that I took. So yeah, so we have a developing bullish engulfing candle here on the gold market. We have really, honestly, in the last few days, really haven't made any new highs or new lows. We've been in kind of this, kind of range, right? Whether we're consolidating for a move lower or whether we're consolidating for a move higher is yet to be determined. We haven't made any new highs, okay, and we haven't made any new lows. We're kind of stuck in this range inside this bearish candle. So the question, black screen again. Interesting. All right, so let's try this again. Stop share, share again. All right, hopefully that fixes it. If I can get a confirmation on the screen. Can everybody see my screen? All right. Okay, good. All right, like I was saying, guys, we're kind of stuck in a range here in gold market. It seems like the downward move is kind of stalling here a little bit. We had a pretty strong move down, followed by equally not quite as strong, but we haven't had any follow through, right? We haven't had any follow through lower. On the contrary, it looks like the buyers might be build up a little bit of steam here to take the market back higher here. Okay. Key level, I would say right now for gold would be 2340, right? We need to get above 2340 to start to build some structure that would indicate that we are heading higher. Okay. But we are still, being controlled, I guess, to some degree here with, so 2340 would be my first initial. Then we have 2360. And then at that point, we start to say, okay, now we might be headed to, 2410 and beyond. Right. But until that happens, right now it appears that we're kind of in the range. Okay. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we have a developing 4-hour. I think this is probably news driven. Okay, as a result of the jobless claims and the report that we just received, we are above this EMA to 233 EMA. We have a developing bullish candle, and we have right now this candle is above VWAP. Okay, for our chart. So all signs, at least on the 4-hour chart, point to potential higher prices. Again, we still need to break some structure here to the top side. If this closes, obviously we're breaking some structure here, right? We're breaking out of this consolidation range. Someone is taking some initiative to take price higher. Okay, and looks like others are in agreement with that view. Okay, at least for now. All right. Looking at the 30-minute chart. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we've already, I'm going to turn off some of these ADR levels for now. I'm going to go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile just to get a feel for what this was looking at in comparison to yesterday. So let's see, where is that? All right, here we are. So we're going to go ahead and locate the not Tuesday, but Wednesday. We're going to locate the 5:30 bar, or actually 8:30 bar Eastern. Okay, 8:30 bar Eastern. Drag that across to the 13:30 or 4:30 bar, which is right there. Okay, so no surprise given the recent price action that we are above value. All right, now looks like we opened just on the higher end. Now, one thing of note here is that our point of control was on the higher end. Okay, created a little bit of a reversal. Went back down to a level of support here or demand. I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. Okay, this level of demand here. Okay, and reversed. All right, so they found support for this market. Now we're, I guess maybe with news to support here, we're on this very strong move to the upside. We've broken some structure here, and we've broken some structure here, and the anticipation here in the next 15 minutes that will hold, okay, to the upside. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's see what else. So we're above EMAs. We're above settlement price. We're above VWAP. All indicating higher pricing. We have VWAP sloping higher. Okay, which could offer us an opportunity maybe later in the session off of VWAP. All right. So that's something to keep an eye on. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up ADR to start. Okay, we're right up against ADR. All right at the very first bar of the session. Okay, so we'll go ahead and identify what that is. We'll go ADR high here at let's call it, what is it? Let's call it 2335.4, 2335.4. Okay, ADR low at not this level, that's the demand zone. Looks like it's just a shade under 2300. I think it's 2297.4. Okay, 2297.4. And then we have settlement at 2322.3. All right, we'll go ahead and turn off average daily range and turn on average session range. Okay, so average session range similar to where levels that we had identified. Looks like it might be slightly lower. So it's 2334, 2334.3. Okay, on the high side. And then we have ASR low at 2310.7. Okay, 2310.7. All right, so here are our levels that we're going to be taking a look at. Okay, so again, for me, it's really difficult for me to participate on a trade long here, given that we're up against ASR. Okay, get some comments here. Okay, looks like we're coming up on a level here, ADR or ASR in this case. So difficult for me to really participate in a long, okay, at this level right here, okay, right now. All right, we're coming up on an area of supply here, right here. Okay, color that in as at least a shade of pink here. We haven't really seen strong rejection away from it. But in any case, we have to be, I guess, guarded. I guess not guarded, but aware that we could be in a potential sustained auction to the upside. All right. So let's go ahead and draw initial balance. Okay, so we have I would say relatively wide initial balance range. Okay, comparison to maybe some of the ranges that we've had in the past. Okay, so if I'm someone who wants to participate long, I'm gonna have to look at maybe a slight pullback back to the ASR high here. Ideally, it would be great if I got something off of VWAP. Okay, that would be an excellent location for a long. Otherwise, given these levels I'm seeing here, we have a supply level, we have a ASR level from yesterday. It would be very difficult for me to participate in a long. Um, short wise, I need at least one 15-minute candle to indicate to me that the bears have enough resources to bring price back down. Okay, I need at least one 15-minute candle aligned with my sentiment. If it maintains bullish, then I have to sit on the sidelines and wait for a better opportunity later, or better reference level later. Okay, maybe a 4-hour supply or something along those lines. Otherwise, I need to try to figure out a way to align myself with the current move. And the best way to do that is to look for a price level such as VWAP, such as settlement price, such as maybe a prior supply level. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn and see if there's any questions here. Looks like breaking down channel. I'm not sure to what degree what are we talking, Niels? Are we talking the gold market, or are you talking some other market? All right. Yeah. So I don't see any, I guess, necessarily any 4-hour down channel on GC. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's maybe take a quick peek as to what Niels is saying here. Yeah, so we are seeing a breakout, right, of the channel, right? No doubt. Okay, so if we draw this channel, this is a channel right here. We're seeing a breakout of that channel. So that is obviously an indication that we could be seeing higher prices. Now we're about to break, or looking to break, some structure here to the upside. If we manage to do that, then we start to open up, 2356 as another kind of target area for this potential move. Okay. There's nothing that says that we don't, you know, how you say, stall here and move back down a bit before we make that next leg up. Again, markets don't move in a straight line. Okay. They move in a staircase, right? So we get move up, maybe a little slight little pullback, and then we see another move higher, right? So I'm going to be looking for a little bit of a pullback, ideally to an area that I can, how you say, manage my risk, right? And potentially participate in a continuation trade to the upside. Okay, that's going to be kind of my mode of operating. Okay. Um, yeah. All right. That's pretty much what I have. I'm going to take a quick peek and see if folks have any questions about the analysis. But I think we're all, I guess, understand what the task at hand is. Right. Too strong for us to be participating in longs without some sort of pullback. And I don't know about you. I need to see some confirmation that some of these levels are gonna provide an opportunity to take a trade to the downside, right? Not super willing to participate in a long with such a strong Maribozu candle that broke some structure here. Okay, and looks like it's being supported with some volume, right? So yeah, I don't know about you. I'm not interested in catching a freight train coming my way. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look, and let's go back here, and let's go ahead and take a look at the crude oil market. So we're going to leave gold for now, and we're going to take a look at crude, and we're going to do the same kind of analysis. We always start with the daily chart. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and move to that. We want to get a sense for what the market is trying to do. All right. What is it trying to do? Well, it's trying to go higher. Okay. That's what it's trying to do at this point. Okay. We've bounced off a demand zone. We are, looks like a little bit of a gap here. so all indications are that it wants to head higher. But we've seen this tail before, right? We've come down to a level, it created a little bit of reaction, only to be followed by another leg down. Okay, here we are again, back to a demand level, making some inroads to the upside. um, could potentially lead to another leg down, right? The only thing I would say that's different about this one is we're seeing a gap here. We didn't have necessarily some gaps here to the upside, but until we get some more information, and that we'll get some more information in the lower time frame, it looks like it's trying, to push the market to higher prices. Okay, 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, I'm going to go ahead and turn off initial balance here for a second. We're about 9 minutes away from the open anyway. So here we are. We've broken some structure to the upside, right? We had a supply zone here, broken. We have another supply zone here, potentially will be broken. Okay. So what's the next level of resistance here? Well, we have 80.50, right? 80 is also one of these psychological levels that could be resistant. It could be something like, short below, long above. Could be something as simple as that. Okay. If we can't break 80 and close above 80, then we're probably looking to maybe for a continuation move to the downside. If we get above 80, then we start to open up some of these areas above us. All right. So 30-minute chart. Here we are. I'm going to stretch this out here. I know it's probably looking really small to you guys here. So we'll stretch this out while still able to see kind of the charts, candles, I should say. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start with the fixed range volume profile. All right. And we're going to locate the 9 o'clock bar. I'm going to drag that across to the 4:30 bar. Okay, here we are. So we are slightly above value area high. We are above VWAP. Okay, I'm not, super happy. I wouldn't be super happy with these kind of overlapping candles, right? What direction are we headed? Are we headed higher? Are we headed lower? Right now, it feels like it wants to go higher. Okay. But since we are above VWAP, we are above settlement, we are above value area high. All these are indicating that we could potentially see higher pricing. Okay. Let's go ahead and up EMA. EMA also is telling us that we are potentially looking for higher prices. So we have 4 kind of indications that price could continue higher. All right. We have settlement price down below. Me personally, if I'm going to participate in this move, I would love to see a move back down to settlement around $79 and give me an opportunity to participate in a long off of settlement. All right. That would be my preferred location. All right. Let's see. Initial balance is not yet. Okay. We are again another 6 minutes away. Let's look at ADR levels. We have ADR above us here at looks like about what is that? 80. Let's call it 80.19. All right. So I'm going to start identifying some of these levels. We got ADR high here at 80.19. We have ADR low at 70. What is that? 78.29. I think it was my initial read on this. 78.27 ADR low. Okay. 78.27. All right. We got settlement price at 78.99. 78.99. All right. And then we're going to, those were ASR levels, guys, not ADR. Wait, hold on. Let me turn off this and turn on this. Okay. So make sure I'm looking at the right things. Yes, ADR, that is correct. Okay, so session technically has not opened yet. So we have ASR here below us, which, so we have, it seems kind of odd. Okay. In any case, looks like we have ASR high here at, what is this? 78.34, which seems a little strange. We'll have to probably revisit these numbers once the market opens. 78.34, and then we have ASR low here at wow, 76.80. Okay, so again, we'll probably need to revisit these numbers once the market opens. Okay, since we're dealing with session ranges. Okay. So how do we play this market? Well, as I mentioned before, me personally would love to see a pullback down to EMA or to settlement price in order to participate in a potential long in this market, because we are seeing in the higher time frame that price could be heading higher. All right. So where would be the best place to buy? Well, the best place to buy is off of EMA or off of settlement price. Now, I could also use value area high as a reference level. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking with when I have volume profile and I put in ADRs and all these kinds of things. I'm really looking for reference levels to manage my risk, right? So if I'm long, a value area high would be a good location. EMA 233 would be a good location. Settlement price would be a good location. If I'm short, if I'm looking short, well, I'm probably at a level now, okay, where if I wanted to say, because we, of late we haven't been able to make a new high. All we've been able to make is a bunch of wicks, right? So if we get price to close below VWAP, okay, then we open up the door for price to head down to EMA and maybe down to settlement. Okay, now that is a little bit of is a little counter trend, right, to what we're starting to see on the daily chart. So we have to manage our expectations on how far that move can go. But is there room here for at least a 2-to-1 trade? From here to here with a stop up here? I would say yes. Okay. The question is, do we have the right structure here? Do we have the evidence that indicates to us that they indeed want to do this? We have wicks on both ends. Right now, we have to sit in our hands and wait for the market to tell us what direction they want to take the market. Okay. All right. Where would I put the stop loss on that? Right above structure. Right. So if I'm thinking short, then I need to place the stop above here. Right. Wherever price has not been able to get to, that's where I need to place my stop. Now, again, I'm not super keen on the short just because I'm not seeing any sort of follow through, right? So we've come down here and we've stalled, right? Buyers have stepped in and said no, right? So, until I get maybe a close below VWAP on a 15-minute chart or even a 2-minute chart, I'm not really super keen on taking the short because I'm not seeing evidence of it. All right. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on the crude oil market. Let's go ahead and jump to the NASDAQ. All right. Leave this. Oops. Oh, actually, I'm not thinking. Okay. All right. So we're going to go NASDAQ. All right. NASDAQ. Don't have a lot of the things I have on the other charts, but we'll fix that. Okay, so looking at the daily chart on the NASDAQ. Okay, daily chart, NASDAQ. Okay, here we are. What are we trying? What are we trying to accomplish here? What is the general direction that the market wants to go? Well, to me, it seems like the market wants to go higher. Okay, we've gotten some price action here, right? We took a move up, pulled back, created a little bit of a demand zone here. okay, and headed higher, right? Now we're doing the same kind of thing. We've moved up, consolidate here a bit. Maybe there's another leg of up coming. All right. Need to be wary of what I see on the left side. This area right here could prove to be resistant. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and shade that in a lighter pink because I'm not seeing a whole lot of rejection outside of this candle. Okay. So I would say that we are, let's see what we got. Okay. So we are, bullish. Okay. But we are coming into an area that could be met with some resistance. Okay. 4-hour chart. Okay. We have developing bullish engulfing candle. All right. Kind of in the middles, which I'm not really keen on, right? Kind of flat overnight. Me personally would like to see maybe a little bit, maybe once I get initial balance, that maybe it'll give me some reference levels to kind of lean on. Right now, here in the middle, I'm not really keen, right? We can easily go up, we can easily go down. Right now, it seems like it wants to go up. Uh, if we can get a close, of this candle that wipes out some of these candles, maybe we have a path up to this supply zone and this ADR zone that I have highlighted here. Okay, 30-minute chart. Okay, same kind of sequence here, right? So we've just kind of crossed above VWAP, right? We have settlement price, which I'm going to make a little bit bolder. I'm going to change not as lines, but as circles, and we're going to make this a little bit wider. Okay, so we've hit settlement price from yesterday. All right, we're going to go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile. Fixed range volume profile. We're going to go ahead and locate the Wednesday bar here. Okay, there we are, 930 bar, drag that across to the 430 bar. Okay, there we are. We are technically inside value, all right, but we are about 27 minutes away from the open of the market. So we could very well open outside of value, which would be initiative to the buy side, right? We've gotten a cross, right? We've gotten a cross of this candle to close above, right? We have another follow through candle that's gotten us up to settlement price. And now we are flirting with breaking value area high. Okay. All bullish, kind of moves here. Right. So for me, I guess I would say we would need to, I guess, look for longs, but longs not just in any location, right? Longs in reference levels where we can manage our risk. Again, I'm not a fan necessarily participating in a long on the top end of the range. Okay, I would need to have some sort of pullback to some sort of reference level, whether it be VWAP, what it could even be settlement price, right? But I do need some sort of pullback with some confirmation on the 2-minute, indicating that we could head higher. Right now, I feel like we're a little bit on the, toppy. I would say toppy in this range, and when I'm toppy in the range, it's difficult for me to pay retail. Okay, in order to participate in this trade. All right. Take a peek here, see if any questions. No questions. So I'm going to go ahead and add these ADR levels. All right, ADR levels. It looks like I see that I'm missing ASR, so we'll add that to the mix. Okay, there's ASR. We're going to go ahead and turn that off for a second, and we're going to turn on ADR. All right, ADR I think is already on the chart. Okay, so ADR to the high side. Okay, ADR high. What does that look like? Well, ADR high looks like is let's see here. ADR high is looks like 18307 or 30 yeah 30650. 1830650. Okay, ADR low is down pretty much just above 18,000. Okay, so we're going to call it 18,014.75. 18,000, 18,014.75. 14.75. Okay, we got settlement. Settlement at 18, was that 186? Okay, so 18, 186.50. 186.50, right? And I'm going to go ahead and turn off ADR and turn on ASR. All right, so it looks like ASR, we're already kind of up against it. All right, so let's see here. ASR looks like I'm going to call it 18,203.75 as ASR high. 18,203.75. Okay, stretch this out here a bit. Okay, ASR low. ASR low looks like is at what was that, 17.9. Let's call it 962.75. 17,962.75. Okay. All right. So I think we've kind of talked through some scenarios here, guys. I mentioned that I'm not really keen on participating at the top end of the range, right? I'm actually kind of, I guess I would be, if I was a, buyer, I would need to be cognizant of how this level could cause price. When I say level, ASR level, how this level could cause price to, kind of reverse. All right. For me to participate in this move, I guess, again, would need to see some sort of pullback to some sort of known reference level, whether it's settlement price, whether it's VWAP. I'm not really, I'd like to be on the lower end here of this swing as much as I can to participate in this move. I don't want to be part of a bullish move up. I see sellers. Okay. All right. Think that, let me see, make sure that that's visible to everyone. Okay. I think we're good there. I'm going to pop in and see where also at supply. Yeah, I guess you can call it supply as well. Frizu, right? We have ASR and we also have a supply zone. Correct. Right. So a couple of areas of confluence there. Right. So we probably need to traverse this area, right? Close outside this area for me to have any sort of confidence in the long, right? Otherwise, I'm going to be afraid that a seller is going to step in and slam into my trade. Not really, I don't know about you, but I'm not really keen on that. Okay. So yeah, you are correct. This is also a supply zone, but am I getting any benefit from drawing that? I already have an ASR level that indicates that level for me. Okay. All right. Don't see any other questions, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the ES. Okay. So I'm going to close this over here and open this over here on the left, I should say. Okay. I'm going to quickly take a peek at the daily, although I suspect it's going to give us the same kind of information. Again, what is the market trying to accomplish? Well, the market is trying to go higher. Okay. It's trying to go higher. It's coming up into a level. It's kind of flattening off here a bit, which I would expect to see because look at all this overlapping price here at these levels at 52.40, 52.30, right? These levels are not going to be easily traversed. Okay. 4-hour chart. Okay, more of the same, similar to what we were seeing in the Nasdaq. We have a developing bullish engulfing around settlement. Okay, indicating that we could be looking to head up to ADR high. I'm not particularly keen on the location right now. Okay, we are in the middles. Okay. Middles of the middles. Do I really want to participate in kind of this kind of price action? I don't know about you. I'd rather be here or rather participate in these kind of moves. don't want to necessarily be part of this. Okay, so the one thing I will say is that we are seeing some development on this candle to indicate that it maybe wants to go higher, right? But up until that point, it's probably a market I didn't want to be a part of. Okay, 30-minute chart. Okay, here we are up against settlement. All right, looks like we're flirting with closing above it, which is again a good indication for the bulls. If I open up the volume profile, I'm going to go ahead and open up the 630, drag that across, do the 1330, which is right about there. And where are we? Well, we're right on the upper end of value. All right, kind of flirting with the value area high. All right. We're about 20 minutes or so away from opening the market opening. So yeah, all indications say that it wants to go higher. I just don't want to be the buyer here, only to be met by a gang of sellers. That's just not me. Okay, I'd like it to clear it and then maybe participate in the pullback. All right. Otherwise, I have to kind of be maybe see that maybe this value area high could provide an opportunity for the market to reverse here a bit. Okay, but I do need at least a 15-minute candle to tell me that, right? I'm not going to just willy-nilly put in a short here, right? I need to see some evidence that that can happen. All right. What else? We have initial balance. Initial balance is not going to tell us anything at the moment. So let's go ahead and open up ADR. Okay, ADR is open already. So let's go ahead and identify these levels. So we're going to go ADR high at what is this? This looks like 5240, 50. Okay, I think that 5240 has come up again. Maybe as a supply level. ADR low is at what is that? 51 78 25. 51 78 25. Okay, we have settle at 5242. No, settle as 5212. 5212 is settle. Settlement is 5212, 75. Okay. Don't have ADR, ASR here, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. Okay, so here we are. I have ASR now. I'm going to turn off ADR. I'm going to add my ASR levels. So ASR, we have, what is that? 5218. 5218 75. 52 18 75. Okay, and then ADR low will have it's at what is that? 51 65 75. 51 65 75. 65 75. Okay. Dash. Okay, so those are my ASR levels, low and high. All right. So again, further evidence, further, I feel like I have a brick fence here waiting for me. Right. The moment I break through this area, I'm going to be potentially met with a sledgehammer. Right. So again, if I'm going to participate in the long, it's either going to be down. Okay, where it comes back to a level that I'm aware of, or it's going to break through this area, and then I get to participate on the top side. That's kind of how I see the market, how I see it right now. I do not want to participate in a long when I see that I have a fence in front of me. Okay. All right. Last market we're going to look at today is YM. Again, I'm going to forego looking at daily, I suspect the daily is going to tell us the same kinds of things, although the daily is kind of reacting already away from supply zone. Okay. For our chart, also kind of retracing a bit. Okay. On the 4 hour. Okay. 30-minute, where we'll spend most of our times here leading up to the market. We're slightly below VWAP, slightly below settlement. Okay, this is probably the most bearish I've seen any of the equity markets here. Okay, and I don't know if that's necessarily an indication of more bearish activity here. Okay, so if I had to draw this, I feel like maybe we make a leg down. All right, that's kind of the feeling I get with this price action here. Okay, let's go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. We're going to go ahead and open up the 630 bar, which is right here. Drag that across to the 1330 bar, and we are inside value on the upper end. Okay, but like I said, this feels a little bit different, right? Because we are below VWAP, we are below settlement, and it feels like maybe there's another leg down in YM. Okay. ADR high, well, again, similar to, we're probably more on the lower end. Okay, so we have ADR high here. Stretch this out here, make sure I can, what is that, 30, is that 39, 407. That's what it looks like to me. 39 ADR high, ADR high, ADR high, 39 407. Okay, ADR low is what is that? Just below 39,000. Okay, let's call it 38,989. 38,989. 38,989, and then settle is 39,195. Settlement 39,195. All right. I'm going to turn off ADR, turn on ASR, see what those levels look like. So we're hovering right at ASR. Okay. And that ASR level is 39,143. Okay, I'll bring this down here a bit. ASR high, 39,143. Okay, and then we have ASR low at a little more difficult to read here, is 38,807. 38,807. 38,807. All right. All right, guys. Well, of all the markets that I looked at on the equity side, this one seems the most bearish. Okay. This kind of price action leads me to think that we are going to be headed lower using ASR as a reference level. Where could this market go? Well, it could go all the way through value, all the way down to the other side of value. Okay. So I don't know if this is a precursor to what we could see in the NASDAQ or what we could see in the ES, but see, this seems a lot cleaner to me to the downside. Okay. So again, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the Dow. I'm going to pop in here and see if there's any sort of questions. If not, then I'm going to encourage you guys who, certainly those who are new, seeing a lot of veteran faces right now in the chat. But if you are new, or even existing, don't hesitate to hit the like button on your way out. If you are new to the channel or new to this session, and you are encouraged by or can see some value in future sessions like this, or being aware of these types of sessions, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. Yeah, so the ASR is a private indicator, Himachi. Okay, Himachali. It is a private indicator. So if you are interested, please reach out. Okay, please reach out. You can DM me or otherwise contact me. We can talk. All right. She went all the way down. Our GC went all the way down. Okay, so yeah, ASR is private. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so guys, again, don't be shy. Hit the like button. Encourage me to wake up every morning to provide this content to you. And if you'd like to be notified when these sessions become available, again, hit the subscribe button so you'll get notified. Otherwise, trade well, trade safe, and trade like a market pro. Be a market trader. Okay. All right, guys, that's all for me. We'll know for those who are following me throughout the afternoon, there will not be any group coaching today. I'm traveling. Again, there will not be any group coaching later this afternoon. De nada, Paula. Que tengas buen día. So yes, I will not be available for group coaching later this afternoon. We will potentially have a special Friday session tomorrow, group coaching, but we'll have to get permission for that first. Okay. Okay. All right. I think that's it for me, guys. Again, trade the market like a pro, trade like a market trader. All right. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you guys soon.